Welcome back to Small Caps. My name's Kerry Stevenson, and today I'm bringing you Polymetals. When they list, their ASX code will be POL. Joining me today is the CEO, Alex Hanley. Alex, welcome to Small Caps. Great to see you.
G'day, Kerry. Thanks for having me.
Now, Alex, Polymetals, incorporated in September last year. You've been doing a lot of work in the lead up to your listing on the ASX, hopefully not in the not too distant future, but it's Guinea in West Africa. It's a significant gold opportunity. Let's start with just a bit of an overview for our listeners as who are Polymetals?
Yeah, Polymetals, as you said, was incorporated last year with the express intent of acquiring Golden Guinea Resources. Now, Golden Guinea Resources holds two strategic tenements in the Siguiri Basin in Guinea, West Africa. The Siguiri Basin, it's a well-known and strategic mining jurisdiction with some big players in the area. We've got 37 Ks west of us is AngloGold, Ashanti, Siguiri gold mine, with 6.6 million ounces produced to date of a 14 million ounce resource.
So they're still going. They're still mining and still going. No problems.
Yeah, still producing. I think they started at 2.5 grams per tonne and they're down to 0.8 grams per tonne. So they'll be searching for further grade. So they'll be searching for grade soon, and Polymetals might have that for them.
How long have they been operating, just before we go on, Alex?
They've been operating for 20 years.
Wow.
So also within the area, we've got NordGold that they operate the Leifa mine further to the west. And then we've got Hummingbird's Carusa to the south. Also within the Siguiri Basin, ASX-listed companies, Golden Rim Resources, Predictive Discovery, which you might be familiar with.
Yeah, so it's a fairly busy area, because one of the first questions I had was Guinea in West Africa. What sort of, is it a good area to work in? Because is there any sort of concern? Is the government supportive of mining? What's it like to operate in that part of the world?
So from a geological exploration point of view, the Guinea government are very proactive in encouraging foreign investment within the area. They have a new department called the CPDM, or the Centre for Promotion of Department of Mines. So this division of the government really encourages foreign investment and essentially alleviates a lot of the land banking that has gone on previously within the region. So that's how we acquired the tenements initially. There was a big player within the region in which their tenements had expired, and it's a similar rules as operate within Australia. So the same principles as, if you don't use it, you lose it. So we were sharp enough to acquire this land in 2017.
There's lots of places you could have gone. Why did you have your eye on this?
This is underexplored. It's immature in its exploration, and that's the significant opportunity that presents itself. You won't find the type of gold anomalies presently in Australia, and that's why we've obviously found and done a fair bit of work in Siguiri.
So AngloGold had them. You managed to snaffle them. There's two key projects, and forgive me if I get the pronouncement wrong, but Alahiné?
Yeah, well, Alahiné and Mansala. So Alahiné is our northernmost tenement, 64 square kilometres. Alahiné, it's to date, it's had 2 soil sampling campaigns and 1 RC drilling campaign, which is 10 k's to the south, is 48 square kilometres. So the Alahiné and Mansala make up our Siguiri portfolio.
So out of the soil sampling and the RC drilling that's been done on Alahiné, what has that shown you? Has that surprised you to the upside, or tell us how that's been going?
Yeah, definitely. So the soil sampling at Alahiné, Alahiné's had the most work done to it to date. Alahiné soil sampling concluded in the fact that 20% of the 64 square kilometres hosted gold anomalies of 40 parts per billion or greater on a background of 5. So you won't see that sort of gold anomalism in Australia, and some of our geologists haven't seen that gold anomalism anywhere. So that obviously showed us that we were onto something worth following up, and further to that, we completed a RC drilling campaign. So that phase 1 drilling campaign, that was across 21 holes and 2,400 metres. And that RC drilling campaign resulted in all 4 traverses producing mineralisation. The key was hole 14. So our hole 14 was, our best intercept was 3.09 grams per tonne. It was 7 intercepts across hole 14 7 intercepts across 7 intercepts of mineralisation across 51 metres. This is key, and this is what our geologists call a type hole. This is essentially the type of hole which is recognised within economic deposits regionally. So going a little bit further, this is the type of hole or geology in which our neighbour in AngloGold Ashanti founded their Siguiri gold mine.
Are they keeping a pretty close watch on you at the moment, do you think?
Possibly. AngloGold, as you know, as I've said before, they've got a very hungry mill at the moment. With 2.5 grams per tonne as they started, now at 0.8. So they'll be looking for new ground. They'll be looking for gold, and no doubt that they'll have the eyes on Polymetals.
Now, you've opened the offer at the end of April. It's closing at the end of May, which is not very far away. You're hoping to raise $5 to $7 million. As an investor, what I'd like to know is, what are you going to be doing with our hard-earned money? Are you going to be starting a drill campaign? Have you got drill rigs ready? Have you set the foundation, and as soon as you've got the money in the till, you're putting it into the ground? Tell us what the news flow is going to be.
Well, Kerry, I've got skin in the game here too. So
good to hear. Good.
Yeah, so we'll be deploying 70% of the capital raised into the ground. The first follow-up will be obviously in Alahiné, hole 14. Very successful hole. So that'll be our high priority target, with previous results showing the key focus there. Secondly, the follow-up on the attractive targets throughout the rest of Alahiné. You've got to remember, this is 64 square kilometres, and we've got gold anomalism all throughout the region. So, Alahiné will be our main focus. At Mansala, we've obviously got, and I don't think I've talked about Mansala yet, but Mansala, we conducted a soil sampling campaign at Mansala. It was a 500-metre line spacing soil sampling campaign. So it was a due diligence soil sampling campaign conducted by Polymetals. We did multi-element analysis on these samples, and although we did find very similar results to Alahiné in saying that we've got 10% of the licence covered in 40 parts per billion gold anomalism, but also that the real interesting note here is that because we did multi-element analysis, there was some vector elements or pathfinder elements that we found in the northeast quadrant that are indicative of potential primary sources. So this is obviously a key for Mansala, and this is where some of our focus will end up from a drilling campaign. And these will be the first drill holes put into Mansala.
Oh, so Mansala hasn't had any drill work, nothing. Has it had any? You've said you've just done some soil sampling. Has there been no other work done on it?
No, just soil sampling. So but before we grabbed both tenements, Alahiné and Mansala, through Gold in Guinea in 2017, no work had been done on them. So Dave Sproul, the chairman, and Agabu Bar, they've shepherded the technical and the project management for both of the tenements since that time.
Golden Guinea Resources. So you got the tenements off them. Do they still have some sort of ownership? What's the structure like now?
Golden Guinea Golden Guinea Resources as a Guinea company, they hold the exploration licenses, and Polymetals wholly owns Golden Guinea Resources. That's the key. So, Agabou Ba is and Dave Sproul are the directors of Golden Guinea Resources, in which they have been for since 2017. So, good track record there in country.
So, speaking of in country, obviously we've got COVID, and it's a little difficult to travel at the moment. Has that had any sort of impact on bringing these projects forward?
It's obviously it has its challenges, as I think every industry has felt the impacts. The key is that the remote work and remote project management can be done and has been proven to be done. Just in discussion with GMR the other day, they've been running. They've had no Australian expats over there for 12 years. Similarly, in terms of getting over there, Paul Roberts from Predictive Discovery, I think he's currently over there reviewing some of the good or very, very successful Bandcan results at the moment. So, there's no problem in getting over there. But the way we've mitigated it is that we've got a known entity in both our drilling contractor. He's an Australian who operates within Guinea. He also operates for Predictive and Golden Guinea. And he completed our previous RC drilling campaign. On top of a very experienced drilling contractor, we've got in-country expertise. So, as I've mentioned before, Agabou Ba, country manager. He previously worked for a company called Cassidy Gold. Cassidy Gold was TSX listed, and he was imperative in bringing the Carissa project online, which is just south of us in the Siguiri Basin. So Agabou's he knows how to operate within the region. He manages ongoing operations, and he's seeking to actively increase our footprint within the area. So along with Agabou, we've got an in-country team of Guinea nationals. We've got a senior geologist. He's completed 30,000 metres of RC drilling with AngloGold Ashantis in their greenfield exploration. We've also got a junior geologist and 2 field technicians. On top of that, we've got a very known entity in a contractor from Ghana. This contractor from Ghana we've used in both all soil sampling campaigns and the RC drilling campaign completed. So we're operating within known entities.
Alex, your country manager, does he? I think he also has skin in the game, doesn't he? So he's got a vested interest to making sure that this does get taken forward, and he has quite strong conviction that there is good opportunity for finding a gold discovery here.
Yeah, absolutely. Agabou's he's a entrepreneur. He's been operating for a long time, and he's got skin in the game. He was one of the first shareholders with Dave, so he's very keen to put some drill holes in.
So you said just before 70% of the amount raised will be going into the ground. You're looking at closing at the end of May. How soon can you get the rigs going and the people moving forward to get? In other words, what's the news flow going to be?
Sure.
Second half of this year.
Yeah, we're currently mapping all of our access roads. The wet season is coming up, so the wet season will start end of July. But when we get once we list mid-June, we will be ready. Our rig is lined up to commence drilling mid to end of June, and we've currently got all the access ways cleared, all mapped, ready to go, and everything's lined up.
Okay, Alex, here comes the big question. Right now, people can download the prospectus from polymetals.com. There's a lot of information on your website.
Yep.
What we all want to know is why you think we should put our hard-earned dollars into Polymetals right now.
Yeah, no, very, very good question. So there's probably 3 main things. So the first one is that Polymetals has established presence within the area. We've been operating there since 2017. We've got solid relationships with the mines department, so on a government level, within the local community, and with our suppliers. They're all known entities, so that's point one. Point two is Polymetals is in a very underexplored area. Polymetals within the Siguiri Basin is I believe that the Siguiri Basin hasn't been fully unlocked yet. So that's the key, and Polymetals is in a good position to put our best foot forward and come up with the goods. The third one is that we've got a very experienced team. We have fully planned a drilling program commencing mid-June, as I said, with 5,000 metres and news flow imminent. So we've got a very experienced team. We've got a lot of our team members with skin in the game. So we're very keen to see this be successful within the public arena.
Well, you heard it from Alex's mouth there. The 3 reasons, ladies and gentlemen, established since 2017, underexplored area, which he believes is going to deliver the goods, a very experienced team, all of whom have got skin in the game. As you know, I always love it when I hear that management have got skin in the game, because it means that they're going to be very keen to make sure this works. So don't forget, go to polymetals.com, download the prospectus and take a look at what they're doing with these key projects in the Siguiri Gold Basin. Alex Hanley, thanks for joining us on Small Caps today.
Thanks, Kerry. Pleasure.